everybody, and welcome back to Beanie Boo Safari. Today I'm going to be showing you how you guys can print out and get props that I made and use them in your videos.
And of course, it's absolutely free!
So these are meant to be showcased in your Beanie Boo videos and skits and anything that will help with your Beanie Boo channel. You do not have to credit me, though I would really appreciate it if you did. And also, please do not take credit for this because obviously I did it. What these Beanie Boo printables are is they are these digital pieces of paper that you can print out and you can fold them and cut them out and make them into really cool Beanie Boo props. The reason I'm doing this is just to help BooTubers out, just because it's so very rare to find specialized props or things that really work for Beanie Boos, just because there's not a lot of things out there that are like that. So I wanted to provide something that is easy to get and pretty much completely free and that everybody can use, and that is very good for Beanie Boo skits and props and different movie-like things. And I know everybody out there in the BooTube community is so great at these amazing skits, and I just wanted to help them out and help their channel and those skits to become even better. You may have seen some of these props in some of the videos and skits that I've done in the past. The way to get these printables is you can go down to the description and there will be a link, and from there you can print them off, and it would look best if they were printed in color, although you could maybe print them in black and white. Also, I printed mine on cardstock so that they have a nice glossy finish and also they're more durable. Now I'm going to show you all of the props that you can get with these printables. I also forgot to mention that I am maybe going to be adding more occasionally, and it will be in the first few lines of my description in a video I upload if I do. Comment down below for any suggestions of things or specific Beanie Boos you would like to see in these printables, and I might add them. Alright, now I'm actually going to show you all of the things you can get now. So these are what the printables look like when they are not assembled and put together. As of right now, I have 5 sheets, and these are them. But I probably will add more in the future. Starting off with the big things that are in the printables, you can have a bookshelf, a door, and some window. There's also one locker at the moment, but I am probably going to add a whole set. A little mirror is also perfect for on top of a vanity or in a bedroom. Okay, these I really love. I made these little tiny bills, and on them they say Beanie Bill, and I just absolutely love them. And I know it's really hard to find good money to use. I know a lot of people use Monopoly money, but these are way better. Then we have these really cute working folders that are all in the same color scheme and they all match. Oh, there's also that guy too. They all work and you can actually put little things inside. Then included are quite a few picture frames and wall hangings that you can hang up in living rooms and bedrooms and all sorts of sets. There are these super cute matching set of Beanie Boo portraits. I think they are so cute. Then of course there is this adorable picture frame of 2 silhouetted Beanie Boos looking at a sunset. Of course there are so many posters. There's inspirational posters with very nice messages. There are posters for school sets to go along with the lockers. There is even a pop star poster. And of course a hang in there baby. Then we have these signs for different shops or bedrooms, such as a BU heart or a shine bright little poster. Also included are these 2 I don't know what you call that. And of course I had to add many Polaroid photos. I think that this would look super cute if you strung them all on a string and hung them up on a wall. Then we have some random things such as the science test to use for school things and a pizza, and this mini Live, Laugh, Love sign, which actually is 3D, which I'll show you how to make in a little bit further on in the video. I actually have one that was in my intro in life size, so that's why I made it in miniature. There are also these 3 really cute lined pieces of paper. As far as electronics go, I have got you covered. It is complete with 5 phones with proper cases and backing, and also customizable screens, which I'll get into later on in the video. There are also this blue and purple calculator, and of course a really cute laptop with a customized screen. And then of course, last but not least, I have real working books with real pages. And yes, I do realize that these books covers are on backwards, and I'm going to fix that before this video comes out. Those were all of the things that are included in the printables, but as I said before, I will be adding more and taking suggestions. So if you guys would like, for example, your mascot in a picture frame or something, I might be able to do that if you comment it. Also depending on if I have the Beanie Boo and I can take a picture of it. Alright, so now let's get on to actually assembling these items. Because you might be wondering how you're going to turn this flat piece of paper into a really awesome folder. Or how these books even work. And what in the world this template's for. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so you're going to have to start with cutting out every single one of these printables. I know it sounds like a lot, but trust me, these printables are so worth it. You could, if you want, only cut them out when you actually need them. Alright, so now that we've cut everything out, we're going to separate the things that need no more assembly and the things that do need some more assembly. Because things like the Beanie Bill don't need anything else added to them. I mean, if you wanted, you could glue another one to the back to make it double-sided, but that's pretty much unnecessary. So things like these, there's no more to it. You just have to cut it out and then it's done. Although things like the books need more assembly, which I'll explain later in the video. So you can consider these all done and start using them in movies. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to teach you to assemble are the folders. To make the folder, you will need either tape or a glue stick. Next, we're just going to crease along the middle, here and here, and here and here. Okay, so now that it is all creased, it will be a little bit easier to fold when we are going to be gluing. Also, if you did print it on cardstock like I did, and you fold it like so, it may crack a little bit, and a marker just over that one spot will fix it. So now what we need to do is fold these tabs inward and then glue or tape them to here, just like this. And press and hold till the glue dries. Then repeat on the other side. And there you have it, a perfectly working folder. I do suggest, to prevent it from popping up in scenes or something, to put it under a few heavy books for a little bit. Then that should fix that problem, hopefully. So here's what they look like. The second thing I'm going to show you how to make is this little light box that says Live, Laugh, Love. Now, as of right now, it is just a piece of thin paper that says Live, Laugh, Love, so we need to add some dimension to it with some cardboard. Now, I happen to have some black cardboard, which I think would be perfect, but you can use some regular brown cardboard and color it black if you want, or you could color it blue or purple, or you could just leave it brown. So what you're going to do is measure the size of the Live, Laugh, Love onto the cardboard. Once you've done that a few times, you can cut them out. And if you would like to know, the dimensions of it are 4 by 3 centimeters. Once I have cut out a few of those, I can start sticking them onto the back of this. You can use tape or glue, although I think glue would work best. It's okay if the edges are not perfect because we can trim them up afterwards. I think I'm going to add one more layer because I want it to be able to stand up on its own very well. Once you're satisfied with the thickness of your light box, then you can start trimming up the edges. You could also use a nail filer to sand down the edges. Now that you've smoothed it all down, you can color the edges with a marker if you don't want it to be brown. And there you have it, a super cute light box that is perfect for shelves and nightstands and 3D props. This is what the light boxes look like. Okay, so the next thing we're going to make is the book. This book has working pages and actually has a binding. For this, you will need a stapler, a pencil, a piece of paper, one of the book covers provided, a template, and some scissors. The first thing you're going to do is trace quite a few of these templates. Trace however many pages you want divided by 2. By the way, it is 1.5 by 2 1/4 inch. So just a little smaller than the cover. So I've made something like a grid and now I'm going to cut it out. Okay, so now that I've cut these into rectangles, I am going to staple them together. And if you would like to add any custom messages or notes to add a bit more detail, now would be the time. I separated 10 or so sheets that I'm going to use for the book, and I'm setting the others aside for future books, and I marked a line in the middle so I know roughly where to put my staple. Okay, so now that the pages are stapled, we can now crease it. And I added 2 staples just for reinforcement. Now what we're going to do is take some glue and apply it on the back of the cover of the book you would like to make. Then we are going to slightly bend it and wrap it around these pages. Then press down for it to dry. If you find some of the pages are uneven, you can always trim them, and I also suggest letting it sit under a few heavy books, just like the folders, so that it doesn't pop up when you lay it down. So that is how you make the book, and I think it is really cute and it looks very clean. Also, a side note, if you're doing the math book, it would look really cool if you used graph paper like this instead of normal paper. Just that extra detail makes it so much better. Here are what the books look like. Now we're going to move on to how to make a computer. So this computer is pretty self-explanatory. We just glue the back of this onto the top back of this, and we fold the keyboard down. Now I do realize that the keyboard is a little bit short, and I'm planning on extending that before this video is released. So the first thing we're going to do is just fold it at where the keyboard and the screen meet. See what I mean? The keyboard is a little bit short, but I'm going to fix that. Anyway, now that this is creased, we can apply some glue onto the back of this, and then stick it right onto the back of the screen. Just like that. And as always, if there are any untidy edges, as there normally are, then you can just trim those up with a pair of scissors. That's all for this computer. It was pretty simple. And do you guys like my desktop? I worked really hard on it. Now it's time to assemble the phones. The phones I love because it is extremely customizable. You can decide which back of the case goes to the front of the case, and also I'll show you how the different screens work, where you can switch out the screens to the weather or the time or a different home screen or a lock screen, whatever you want. So for the front and back of this phone, I'm going to do the dark gray and the orangey pink geometric screen. So again, like the laptop, it's pretty self-explanatory. All you do is glue the back to the front and trim out the edges. There we go, it's all assembled. Now I'm just going to take my scissors and get rid of the back of it peeking through. Now about these interchangeable screens, what happens is you take a little piece of Scotch tape and you tape the screen on top of the phone you would like it to be on, and temporarily it can just look like that's the home screen or the lock screen, and then you just carefully slide it off and unstick the tape and you're back to the original screen. Here's what it looks like. So it's really handy because I've got a weather one and I've got one with a home screen. So one person can be locked out of their phone, and then with that same phone they can be checking the weather. Also, I think that cardstock really works well with this because you don't have to worry about the tape ripping the paper. Oh look, it's 2 o'clock now. And now I'm looking at Google Maps. Here's what the phones look like. So the phone was the last thing that I needed to explain to you guys how to put it together, and the rest of the stuff you can just cut it out and there it is. There's no further instructions needed. So I would like to close this off with a photo shoot of all of the props in action, and I really hope that this can help some Beanie Boo YouTubers out there who need some props, which I know are very hard to find for Beanie Boos, and I just hope it can help with your videos, and I hope it's useful. So, on to the photo shoot. Alright everybody, that is it for that little mini photo shoot, just showing off the props. So this also brings us to the end of this video. Now just to recap, these printables, they are for anybody to use for your YouTube channel, and you do not have to give me credit, although I would really appreciate it if you did. Also, please do not claim these things as yours and do not take credit for them. And you can find these printables in the link in the description, and from there you can print that. Also, feel free to give me suggestions and ideas, and I may do them and make them into printables. Just overall, I hope that this helps some smaller Beanie Boo YouTube channels, help them to boost up to more subscribers and more views. I really hope that you guys can find a use for these, and I hope that you can use them in your videos and skits, and that they will be of help to you. I think for in the future, if there are new printables, then in the first 3 lines of my newest video, I will put new printables, and then I'll have a link to an unlisted video to show you how to assemble some of the things. That's just so I don't have to post a new proper video on my channel every single time there is an addition to the printables. So that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out the printables in the description, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye!